Visit esd.ny.gov.
When stocks began soaring after Donald Trump's election, some conservative analysts complained that the president was given little credit, although he wasn't exactly shy in the taking credit department.
I don't know if you heard the latest, but the market's up about 150 points, and we broke a very, very big barrier.
The stock market is smashing one record after another.
Now, I said repeatedly that markets are complicated and presidents get more credit than they deserve when stocks rise and more blame than they deserve when stocks fall. But if the Dow had fallen 8,000 points, I said, you can be sure the press would be giving Trump plenty of blame. Well, that view got a reality test after the Dow dropped 600 points in one day, and then on Monday, this happened.
The sell-off on Wall Street is posing a real issue for Donald Trump. Remember, this guy and his entire administration has spent the last year cheerleading the markets, cheerleading. That is dangerous behavior.
Live by the Dow, die by the Dow. When you make claims like if Hillary Clinton had won, the stock market would be down 50%, and you say things like we're adding trillions of dollars, just look at the stock market.
A, the sky is not falling. B, there is no economic catastrophe on the horizon. C, the left is spinning this because they really want to associate President Trump with anything negative.
And it wasn't over. A bounce back was followed by more carnage in the market on Thursday.
Another huge loss on Wall Street. For the second time this week, the Dow has plunged more than 1,000 points.
Now, it's fair to point out that if President Trump was going to keep touting the record run on Wall Street, which after all had something to do with his policies, especially the tax cuts, that he would also have to own the downturn. But there's little question that some journalists, especially left-leaning journalists, who never associated the president with the Dow's climb from 18,000 to over 26,000, are suddenly rushing to attach his name to the dramatic dips. And that seems to me to be the wrong call. Ahead, President Trump says he wants to talk to Bob Mueller, while sources tell reporters that his lawyers fervently disagree. But first, Corey Lewandowski, who stays in touch with the president on how the White House is handling a whole spate of media-fueled controversies.
If you told me a year ago where I'd be right now, I would have said you were crazy. But so began the year of me. I discovered the true meaning of paperless discounts and the indescribable rush of saving drivers an average of $620.
Why does fear feel so good?
I fell in love 3 times. Once with a woman, once with a country, and finally, with myself.
So do you have anything to declare or not?
Isn't that what I'm doing?
Nothing ruins your natural night vision faster than glaring light, and that can be deadly in a dangerous situation. Nick Bolton here with the solution. We call them night vision tack glasses. Inspired by the glasses worn by elite military units, night vision tack glasses block blinding glare so well, invisible objects suddenly become visible, so you can see clearly when it matters the most. Look, high-intensity glare ruins your night vision by causing your pupils to overcompensate. But night vision tack glasses have an anti-reflective coating and a special tint that help protect your natural night vision. Soldiers have to use lenses like these because missing even a small detail can be deadly in a tactical situation. But you don't have to be in a war zone to face a life-threatening moment. Night vision tack glasses improve optical clarity to reveal important hidden details. And they're not just for driving. You can use them anytime visibility is poor to shield your eyes and sharpen your vision. Plus, like all of our products, these are what I call military tough. They can even survive the harshest conditions. And the polymer frames can flex and bend without breaking. So get yourself a pair of night vision tack glasses. There's just nothing like them on the market today.
Act now to get your night vision tack glasses for just $19.99, and we'll even ship them to you free. Inspired by the glasses worn by elite military units, they're built to flex and bend and survive even the harshest conditions. Plus, they're the only glasses that feature the precision and quality of genuine Bell & Howell lenses, backed by our lifetime guarantee. You can get these amazing night vision tack glasses with free shipping for this special TV price. But supplies are limited, so don't delay. Call or click to get yours today.
To get your night vision tack glasses for only $19.99 with free shipping, call 1-800-313-4501. That's 1-800-313-4501, or visit us online at tacknight.com. That's 1-800-313-4501, or visit us online at tacknight.com. Call or log on now.
Some things are big, others are huge. It's Empire Today's half-price sale. Get $2,400 of flooring for $1,200, $5,200 for an amazing $2,600. That's half the price of your entire purchase. Shop for carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, and laminate right from home and have it professionally installed. Don't miss Empire's half-price sale. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
With the president and his White House under fierce media criticism on numerous fronts this week, joining us now from Miami is Corey Lewandowski, Donald Trump's former campaign manager and chief strategist for America First policies. And Corey, the media consensus on the whole Rob Porter mess and the accusations by his ex-wives is that John Kelly and the White House staff badly mishandled the whole situation. Fair or unfair?
I think that's a fair assessment. And I think Raj Shah, the principal deputy press secretary, admitted to that from the podium. And it's probably the first time that we've seen them say that. It was a mistake, and they've now corrected it. And what matters is that Rob has left the White House, and that's the most important thing.
Now, the New York Times says that the president is angry with General Kelly. Others are saying Kelly is in trouble. You're somebody who understands how the president thinks. Is this mere speculation, or is there something to it?
Well, I think it's complete speculation. And look, Kellyanne Conway, the counselor to the president, has gone out and publicly said that the president is staying with John Kelly. John Kelly reports to one person, and that's the president. And as long as the president continues to have confidence in John Kelly will remain in that position.
Now, the Daily Beast is quoting two unnamed sources as saying that some White House staffers, including Rob Porter, blame you for allegedly, supposedly spreading this story. Your response?
Look, number one, I love getting credit for things I didn't do. I don't work for the Daily Mail, okay? I'm a private citizen. I don't work in the building. I've never met Rob Porter's ex-wives. I didn't take a picture of them with a black eye. I have nothing to do with it. And, you know, look, go back and look at contemporaneous accounts of what took place from these women. They've relayed the information to the FBI. The FBI has either said or claimed to have said that they've notified the people in the White House. Rob was working under a interim security clearance for the last year. So what that has to do with Corey Lewandowski, who doesn't work for the government, is beyond me. And look, the Daily Beast is a basic rag. So you can accuse me of whatever you want, but I'm not the one who did anything here.
All right. Last question on this. Some media criticism. We're seeing that today. The president, in his public comments to reporters and also his tweet, has expressed some sympathy for Rob Porter, also concerned about false allegations, but not expressing any sympathy for the two women making these allegations.
No, look, I think the president was very upset when the story came out and the pictures came out, and was very disappointed. And what the White House has said was that the individuals who work with Rob did not see this side of him. But once those allegations were brought forth and the pictures were brought forth, they moved very quickly to take Rob out of the building. He resigned. I think it was the right thing to do to have him leave the building. The president was not made aware of any of these things until the media accounts were put in place. And as soon as he found out, he said it was time for Rob to go.
I think that's an important point, because while there's some back and forth about who on the staff knew what when, nobody is saying that the president knew until this exploded in the press. Let me move on to the Bob Mueller investigation. The president has said he's perfectly happy to sit down with the special counsel, but the New York Times, when we get into this next segment, quote, sources are saying his lawyers are opposed to that, or at least trying to negotiate written questions. So which version is right, as far as you know?
Look, I haven't spoken to the president all about this matter, but just as a political operative, I would tell you that I see no value of the president sitting down with Bob Mueller. If he's going to answer questions, I think the attorneys would be right in saying, send us the interrogatories, we'll answer these in writing, we'll negotiate exactly what the scope is. But look, just as a political side of things, I don't see the value of the president sitting down with Bob Mueller.
Well, a lot of pundits on the left and right agree with you on that point. Now, the president sparked a lot of media outrage when he made some comments about Democrats sitting on their hands at the State of the Union, even when he talked about the dramatic decline in black unemployment. But he said they were un-American. He seemed to be semi-joking around when he said they were treasonous. You know how partisan these things are, and the Republicans didn't applaud much when Barack Obama was giving these speeches. What did you make of the harsh criticism of the president pushing back on the Democrats?
Look, I think it's very unfair when the president is articulating, a 12-year-old boy who's taking an American flag and putting it on the graves of dead American soldiers, and that can't be applauded in a bipartisan nature is very unfair. And I think, look, there are some people who will say the Democrats hate this president more than they love their country. And if you can't, in a bipartisan nature, support some of the people that the president brought to the State of the Union and talk about their stories, then that's how bad Washington, D.C. has gotten. Because that young man who was doing that to remember our soldiers should be applauded. It's not a Republican or a Democrat issue. It's an American issue. And this notion that the Democrats can't support those people is very unfair and really un-American, in my opinion.
One of the people who worked in the White House, of course, was Omarosa Newman, and she's back on reality TV, and you've probably seen the clips of the write-ups. She says she's haunted by Trump's tweets. She wouldn't vote for him again in a million years. Are you offended by that after she so recently left the president's payroll?
Well, look, it's very easy to go and criticize the president after you leave the office that, you wanted to stay in, and that's what it really came down to. I think Omarosa wanted to stay in the White House, and she was asked to leave, or she resigned, one of the two. I'm not sure. I wasn't part of it. But look, I don't think it's fair to go and criticize the president right now, because if you were so critical, maybe you shouldn't have gone to the administration in the first place.
How about the president's idea for a big military parade in Washington? That's gotten a lot of media mockery. Are you pro-parade, Corey?
Look, I love our military. I think if you look at the spending bill which just passed, it increases our military. In all fairness and full disclosure, my grandfather served in the military. My father served. My brother is a 20-year retired Marine. So I'm a pro-military person. And look, I think that if we can continue to give the military all the tools they need to be successful, I think that's fantastic. And look, recruiting individuals to come to our military is an important component. And if that is what this parade would do, I'd be open to having more of our great men and women serve our country.
All right, need a brief answer. Last time you were on talking about your book with Dave Bossy, Let Trump Be Trump, you guys recounted the story of how you thought you might be invited to take White House jobs. You were kind of relieved that didn't happen. Well, now that more people have left the White House, are you open if the president were to ask you to go inside, as they say?
Yeah, Howie, I got to be honest with you. I'm very happy being on the outside of the administration right now. I get to, not be involved in the day-to-day drama which takes place there. And Dave and I have had a great opportunity to talk about our experience on the campaign. And so we're very lucky to be on the outside and be outside talking about the president's successes. That's where we can be most effective.
Very happy on the outside. All right, I get the message. Great to see you. Thanks very much, Corey.
Congratulations on the book, Howie. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Coming up, as I mentioned a moment ago, the New York Times saying Trump lawyers don't want him talking to Bob Mueller, and many pundits, conservative, liberal, they seem to agree. And later, Steve Wynn ousted from his casino empire and the paper that could have stopped him long ago.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months. I'm accident-free. And I don't share it with Mom, right, Mom? Right.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
I just found this amazing website called Adore Me. They have tons of bras, PJs, underwear, all from petite to plus. I know your phone's out, so look them up.
Valentine's Day special. Your first set starts at just $14.95 with VIP membership at AdoreMe.com.
I had memory foams, I had feather pillows, and I'd always wake up with neck pain. After sleeping on my pillow, I didn't wake up with the headaches. I was more aligned.
I didn't realize the connection between the pillow and sleep. When I switched to my pillow, I got a better night's sleep, and I love it.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs, and it holds that support all night long to take the pressure off your shoulders and keep your neck aligned so you get the best night's sleep of your life.
And how about this? MyPillow is machine washable and dryable and comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee and an amazing 10-year warranty. Plus, every MyPillow is made in the USA.
I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Call now or go to MyPillow.com. Use this promo code to save over 50% on a MyPillow 4-pack with 2 premium pillows and 2 Go Anywhere pillows. Order now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Are you unhappy with how you're cleaning your ears? You need a solution for earwax, but drugstore remedies often don't work.
I got water in my ear, and I could hear it in there, and it wasn't coming out.
I constantly have blackout, yellow coming out of my ears.
The WaxRx ear wash system is doctor-developed and the method physicians trust the most. WaxRx is the ultimate at-home ear cleaning tool because it thoroughly removes wax and soothes your ears with a pH-conditioned formula.
It was just amazing, the difference ultimately.
5-10 minutes of your time, so easy. Anybody can do it. You could do it with kids, you could do it for yourself.
WaxRx comes with everything you need to safely, gently clean out earwax and condition your ears at home for greater comfort, fewer ear problems, and maybe even better hearing. You can have the complete reusable WaxRx system delivered to your home for less than the cost of a doctor's visit. Call now or visit buywaxrx.com. Use promo code WAX for free shipping today.
Do you have a life insurance policy you no longer need or can't afford? Now you can sell your policy for an immediate payment.
We bought life insurance when our kids were young to protect their future.
Our youngest just turned 40, and we no longer needed the coverage.
That got us to thinking about letting our policy go. So I did some research and called Coventry Direct. I learned that you could sell all or part of a life insurance policy, even a term life policy. Turns out, people have been selling policies like ours for the past 15 years. Who knew? We sold our policy. Now we have money to help with the medical bills.
And to add to our retirement.
If you have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may be a candidate to sell your policy. Call 1-800-471-6800 or visit CoventryDirect.com for a free information packet. 1-800-471-6800. Coventry Direct, redefining insurance.
The New York Times is quoting, quote, 4 people briefed on the matter as saying that President Trump's lawyers are opposed to a sit-down interview with Robert Mueller, fearing he could be walking into a perjury trap. We're back with Ed Henry. So the president was pretty unequivocal in saying he wanted it. Now you've got these sources. Is that story on target?
Not really. I mean, it's on target with what outside advisors believe the president should do.
This said the president's lawyers.
I thought you said advisors briefed on it.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Well, briefed on it doesn't necessarily mean they spoke to the lawyers. And my point is, my sense is from sources very close to the situation that there is still divided opinion, and they have not ruled out the president sitting down with Robert Mueller. What you're seeing in the New York Times account and others, to my point, is people trying to influence that decision who don't really know the facts of the case and don't really know what the legal team has and doesn't have. And so the bottom line is, it's very much up in the air right now. There are people close to the president who are worried that he gets in the room, it'll be a perjury trap. That's true. But he may still sit down with
Was this an orchestrated leak, in your view, to push the president away from his cooperative approach?
Yes, absolutely. And my point is that there are people, other people around the president who were not quoted in that story, who believe the best medicine here is cooperate, and eventually it's going to go away because they believe, and they can be wrong, because we still don't know what Robert Mueller has. But there are people very influential around the president who believe that this has been messy, it's been ugly, but there is no obstruction of justice, there's no collusion, and he's going to get through this. And if you cooperate and sit down, limit it in scope, not a 5-hour interview going into everything, but limit the scope, he's going to get through it.
All right, let me get you in on this. So the president over the weekend blocking the release of that Democratic House intel memo. This was a response to the Devin Nunes memo having to do with Pfizer's surveillance warrant for Carter Page. The president says it will contain classified information, so he sent it back. Is the press more sympathetic to the Democratic argument that he didn't approve it for political reasons?
They are very sympathetic to the Democratic Party. I mean, we heard all of this in the press about the Nunes memo, that their sources and methods is going to jeopardize national security. Then the memo comes out, and it did no such thing. Instead, it really tore apart the Democratic argument, and Nunes was backed up by Grassley and Graham in their memo. I think the Democrats clearly do have much more sensitive information in their memo. If they will simply rework it, it would be in the White House's interest in transparency to make sure they're not hiding anything, to put it out there as long as they pull back some of the info.
Although I think a side benefit is that as this gets delayed, I think just interest in the whole memo versus memo thing is fading. It's just